All right. And today we'll be going into Sec 3 topic already. All right. And just to let you know, announcement, today and next week, there's lesson. Today and next week, there's lesson. All right. So next week, the lesson on Tuesday is still at 7:30. But after next week, right, there will be about 2 to 3 weeks of break. All right. Then we can have the Christmas break. All right. We have the New Year break and all this. All right. So after next week's lesson, so next week got one more lesson. Then we'll be going into 88 tuitions break. All right, then don't come for lesson. Right, go for your Christmas celebration. All right, do some exchanging or gift. Go and do your New Year celebration. Go and do your countdown. All right, I don't think you want to count down with me lah. All right, so go and have some fun for the last 2 weeks of your December. And next year, 2024, bam, January is back to hard work again. And all of you actually got your combi already. So you know that you need to put in extra effort in certain areas lah. All right. So please, please, please. Oh my God, only got 2 weeks. Yeah, correct. It's very fast. Hello. We are on the 5th of December already. All right. After next week, right, will be the mid of December already. It's very fast. All right. So try to have some fun lah. All right, this holiday. All right. Okay, come. Let's talk about today's work, shall we? All right. So today, right, we are going to focus on something called what? Today we are going to focus on something called, yes, quadratic equation. Sure, I've learned this really very good. Right, so take it as a revision. All right, but there's more to it. There's more to it. All right, there's more to it. All right, so today we are going to do something called the quadratic equation. All right, how to solve it and using different methods. All right, so it's a little bit of the Sec 2 revision here, which is called the cross factorization or the multiplication frame. All right, so for the cross factorization, right, it's something like that. All right, this is called the cross factorization. Some schools still teaches this. Some schools still teaches this. The multiplication frame is like that. All right, some of the textbook, actually your textbook is showing this. All right, and your school teacher will teach you this. All right, so this is called the multiplication frame, and this is called your cross factorization. All right, and I'll be showing you something called the quadratic formula also. All right, so basically today's lesson is mainly a revision of your Sec 2 quadratic equation. It's very important. Right, this is the first important topic in your Sec 3. Right, you must get it well. You must know it so well. All right, your expansion and your factorization shouldn't be a problem to you. All right, so you are supposed to expand and factorize freely. All right, without any difficulty. And many of you, I believe, are taking the additional math, right? Yeah. So all this expansion and factorization must be fast and accurate. Can? Okay, come. Let's talk a little bit about the quick notes, shall we? Can? Okay, so for quick notes, right, let me just randomly select one question. All right. Or under the under the worksheet, the questions down here. I think we can just go into this portion first. Okay. Yeah, no. Let me give you the most important part first. Sorry, I cannot decide. I cannot decide what to teach. All right, because the cross factorization and the multiplication frame, many of you know it so well already. All right, so if I going to add it into the quick notes, right, it's like very long-winded. So okay, so I rather teach you new things. Okay, I teach you new things. Can? So down here, right, immediately we go into something called the quadratic formula. All right, so if you have your exercise book with you, right? All right, can you please write down this portion, which is very important? Quadratic formula. All right, quadratic formula. All right, so this is the most important of today's lesson. Okay? So whatever that we are going through later, all right, you just got to know what is happening. But today, the most important is the next 10 minutes. All right, which I'm going to talk about this quadratic formula. Right, this is the main highlight of today. Right, and your Sec 3 life. Can? All right, so for quadratic formula, right, it's actually a what? A formula lecture. Okay, but I need you to memorize this formula. The formula is x is equal to what? Minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. What? Yes. Yes. All right. please go and memorize for me. All right, this formula, minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. All right, how do you use this? Okay, come, let me select one question from behind. All right, so for example, we have this question, x squared minus 4x plus 3. X squared minus 4x plus 3. See, example, x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. All right, I selected from this slide down here. X squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. All right. So before you do this question, you can say, sure, I don't want to use the quadratic formula. Okay. Don't have to shout in my ear. All right. You can say, I want to do something called a cross factorization. Okay, come, let's do a quick recap of cross factorization. All right, a quick recap of cross factorization so that you got everything under this notes page. Right, so you can do a quick check whenever you need to. So cross factorization is what? All right, is this method whereby you do like a working. All right, you do a working by drawing this out. Okay, then the x square. Where do you put the x square? You put the x square down here. You have the minus 4x over here. You have the positive 3 down here. Right, your objective is to fill up the boxes down here. So down here, there are empty boxes. Right, down here, there are empty boxes for you to fill up. All right. Right, if you can still recall this, all right, good for you. But if you still cannot recall, don't worry. I'm going to do the multiplication frame later. All right. So you will have all the methods in front of you. Okay, so that you will be able to choose what is best for yourself. Okay, ready? Okay, so down here, right, for the cross factorization, right, your first box must times your second box to give you the x square. So it's a multiplication. The sign is a multiplication. So what times what is x square? The only possibility is x times x. Remember this? We've been doing this so many times, right? And down here, 3. 3 is actually made out of 1 times 3. So I'm listing out the factors, right? Or the way to get 3. So I purposely put 1 on top and a 3 down here because down here is also a times, right? 1 times 3. Next, you do a crisscross. You do a crisscross down here. All right, crisscross. X times 1. X times 1 is the 1x. So you put a 1x down here. Then after that, you do another crisscross. All right. X times 3 is a 3x. So you put a 3x down here. Last column, last column down here. Your answer is a minus 4. So you are supposed to put in a plus or a minus to balance it. So in order to get a minus 4, I need to put in a minus here. All right, because it's minus 1x minus 3x to give me the minus 4x. That's the only possibility. So in the last column, right, it's only about plus or minus. All right. So the first column is about times. Second column is about times. The last column is only about plus or minus. Right. So minus 1x minus 3x will give you minus 4x. That's correct. Then you purposely bring the minus in front to put here. You purposely put the minus in front to put down here. And please do a final check. Where's the final check? Minus 1 times minus 3. Is it a plus 3? It is. So you read your answer from left to right, left to right. Do you remember all these or not, children? All right. So you can boldly say that x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0, right? Can be written as x minus 1, x minus 3 equal to 0. What are you doing here? Hello? Hello? What are you doing down here? Right, from here to here, right, you're doing something called factorizing. All right, remember me always telling you, in order to solve, right, we are actually doing something called solving here. Right, we are doing something called solving quadratic equation. All right, so in order to solve, you need to factorize before solving. Right, I say this statement out many times already. Please remember. All right, if you are using this method, factorize before solving. Can? So once you get to here, right, what can you say? You can immediately say that, okay, this one, because down here is a times, you can say that x minus 1 is equal to 0, or, remember this? All right, you can say that x minus 3 is equal to 0. Then your objective is to find x, right? You can say that x, you can say that, sorry. you can say that x is equal to -1 bring across is a 1, or -3 bring across is a 3. And this is your answer. Remember, you're solving. What's the meaning of solving? All right, solving means what? You are supposed to find x. Remember not, Sec 2? Right, this is your Sec 2 way of doing. Something called cross-factorization. Some of your old school teachers still use this method. Then your textbook shows you another method. It's called the multiplication frame. All right, which method I don't know. Right, because some of you like the multiplication frame, then go and use that method lah. Some of you like the cross-factorization, then use that method lah. All right, so your choice. Okay, personally I like the cross-factorization because that's my that's how I learned it last time. Right, so I'm still the old school one. So down here, right, the multiplication frame, you need to draw something like that. Okay, something like that. And you're supposed to juggle and balance, right? Okay, come. So down here is always a multiplication. That's why it's called a multiplication frame. Let's go. So where do you put the x square? You put the x square down here. So this x square right down here, right, is actually from where? It's actually from this box over here and this box over here. Can you see that? All right, so these two, right, these two boxes give you the x square. And eventually the +3, right, you put it over here. So this +3, right, the box comes from here and it comes from here. Can you see that? So these two must give you the +3. Okay, come. So what do? We have to ask ourselves, what times what give you the x square? So the only possibility is x times x. So just write x times x down here. Okay? Next, what times what give you the 3. So for now, again, the factors of 3 is what? 1 and 3. So I purposely put a 1 here and a 3 here. Don't care about the sign. Don't care about the sign. All right, can you see that? 1 times 3 is a 3, right? Don't care about the sign yet. Okay? Now you have to fill in the other boxes, which is here and here. Let's go. So how do you fill in this box? It's actually from here and from here. Can you see that? All right. So this green box, right, is actually from here and from here. So it's actually x times 1 is 1x, right? How do you fill in this green box also? This green box is from here and from here. All right, so 3 times x is 3x. Here comes the connection. What's the connection? The connection is this portion. They want a -4x. So in order to get a -4x, what do you do to the green? You have a +1x and a +3x. It will not give you a -4x, right? So you need to use your initiative, put in the sign here, -1x, -3x to give you the -4x, right? So this minus you have to copy upwards, all right? Because it's like -1 times x will give you -1x. This minus you have to copy over here, all right? It's like -3 times x is -3x, all right? And you read it from left to right, top to bottom. All right, so you can actually present your answer as x squared minus 4x plus 3. The same question. All right, you factorize before solving x minus 1, x minus 3 equal to 0. And the same steps again. All right, the same steps again. All right, the same steps means what? The one that you are seeing on the left, right? Which I'm not going to rewrite again because it's very naggy. Can? Is that okay? Right, so these are your Sec 2 work. These are your Sec 2 work. I'm just trying to do a recap, right? Because later we are going to do some of this recap part. All right, why? Because it's very important. All right, Sec 3, right? You need to know these few things very well by the fingertips. Right, you need to know it very well by your fingertips. All right, so you shouldn't be making any careless mistake over here for this type of question. You cannot afford to make careless mistake over here. Cannot. Right, it's almost illegal. And here comes the quadratic formula, the method. Ken, are you ready? All right, so this is the highlight of the week. All right, this is the highlight of today. So your question is the same. The question is x squared minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. All right, I need you to list out the ABC. Where is the ABC? All right, the ABC, look here. In front of the x square, never write is a 1. Agreed? This is your A. So A is equal to 1. Okay? It must be arranged in this format, children. The x square followed by the x followed by the number. It must be arranged in this format. Once you have arranged in this format, right,